sudden, my youngest daughter, Veronica, the next day sent me the same video that I was watching. She said, Mom, this brought me to tears. Someday you need to read it in church. And I told her, I said, I already planned on it. And so God has a way of working. And I want to read the poem. Who has ever heard the poem Holes? So, all right, Mira Cruz, you don't count. You were part of the thing. I read it to you the other day. But anyway, I want you to really listen to this poem because I think absolutely each one of us in here can relate in some way. And I don't even care if you're Kenneth's age, right? So you can relate. Holes. I had been in that hole a very long time, in the dark and the damp and the cold and the slime. The shaft was above me. I could see it quite clear. There was no way I could reach it from here. Nor could I remember the world way up there. So I lost all my hope and I gave into despair. I knew nothing but darkness, the floor and the walls. Then off in a distance, I heard someone call, get up, get ready, there's nothing to matter. Take rocks and old sticks and build a fine ladder. This had never occurred to me, had not crossed my mind. But I started to stack all the stones I could find. When I ran out of stones, then old sticks were my goal. For one way or another, I would get out of this hole. So soon as I had a ladder that was sturdy and tall, and I thought, I'll soon leave this place once and for all. I climbed up my ladder that was sturdy and tall. It was no chore. But from lifting those boulders, my shoulders were so sore. I climbed up the ladder, but soon had to stop. For my ladder stopped short, 10 feet from the top. I climbed back down my ladder and I started to cry. I'd done all I could do, gave my best try. And in spite of my work, this hole, I must die. And all I could do was sit and think, why? Why was my ladder too short? Or my hole much too deep? Then from way up on high came a voice, do not weep. And the faith, hope, and love entered my chest as the voice said to me that I had done my best. He said, you worked hard, your labor's been rough, but the ladder you built is at least tall enough. Do not despair, you have reason to hope. Just climb up that ladder, I'll throw you my rope. I climbed up the ladder and I climbed up the cord. I got to the top and there stood the Lord. I couldn't be happier, my struggle was done. I blinked in the brightness that came from the sun. I fell to the ground, his feet did I kiss. I cried, what can I do to repay thee for this? Then he looked all around him. There were holes in the ground. They had people inside and were seen all around. There were thousands of holes that were damp, dark, and deep. Then the Lord turned to me and he said, feed my sheep. He went down on his way to help other lost souls. And I got right to work, calling down in the holes, get up, get ready. There's nothing to matter. Take rocks and old sticks and build a fine ladder. It was now my turn to spread the good word, the most glorious message a man ever heard, that there is one who is willing to save one and all. And we've got to be ready when he gives the call. He'll pull us out of the hole that we're in, and he'll save all our souls from death and from sin. So do not lose faith. There's a reason to hope. Just build up your ladder. He'll throw down his rope. And as I was listening to that the first time, and As I read it over, I was thinking, how many times have we been down in that hole? A lot of different holes. There's holes of addiction, there's holes of mental health, there are holes of financial crises, there are holes of even faith crises. Guys, we all have holes. But there are also many people around us with deeper holes. God's asking us to throw them a rope.